Did you know that a small kingdom once ignited one of the greatest expansions in ancient history, reshaping entire cultures? Today we'll dive deep into the Macedonian Empire, from its humble origins to its lasting influence on civilization. The humble beginnings. The story of the Macedonian Empire begins in a land of rolling hills and strategic mountain passes nestled in the northern region of the Greek peninsula. Far from the bustling hubs of Athens or Sparta, early Macedonia was often overlooked, but it was precisely this underestimation that allowed it to forge its own unique identity. Macedonia's first kings fought constantly to maintain autonomy, forging alliances and strategies to defend their land. The monarchy itself evolved from a modest house of tribal leadership to a structured and formidable force. Local customs shaped these rulers into pragmatic leaders who prioritized unity and resilience. As the realm grew in confidence, a sense of destiny began to stir. While each local clan held its own traditions, over time they coalesced under a single monarchy that dreamed of standing shoulder to shoulder with the major powers of the ancient world. This hope fueled a culture of discipline, loyalty, and an unparalleled hunger for recognition. That ambition set the stage for a generation of leadership that would leave an indelible mark on history. The reign of Philip II. The transformation of Macedonia escalated dramatically under King Philip II. He was an innovative statesman who reorganized the Macedonian army into a formidable powerhouse. Spearheaded by a new formation known as the phalanx, his troops were trained to maintain discipline in tight-knit rows. This approach revolutionized combat for Macedon, allowing fewer soldiers to withstand much larger enemy forces. Philip's success was no accident. He recognized that unity could only be cultivated if everyone believed in a shared cause. He offered newly conquered territories a sense of partnership, weaving alliances by leveraging diplomacy as much as he did military might. It was under his cunning direction that Macedonia expanded its influence throughout the region. Simultaneously, the kingdom's economy flourished. Mines rich with precious metals financed infrastructure, fortifications, and further military expansions. Each victory boosted morale at home, convincing the Macedonians that they were not just survivors in a hostile world, they were destined for greatness. Alexander's meteoric ascension. No exploration of Macedonian history would be complete without mentioning the most legendary figure, Alexander the Great. Inheriting the throne after Philip's sudden passing, Alexander took the reins as an ambitious young leader, fueled by both vision and personal resolve to cement his place in history. He swiftly quelled uprisings and took bold steps to secure the Greek city-states under Macedonian leadership. Once stabilized at home, Alexander looked east. His gaze fell upon the vast Persian Empire, an entity once thought unbeatable. Yet, with a disciplined core of Macedonian veterans, a knack for unconventional tactics, and unstoppable will, he orchestrated campaigns that defied all expectations. In a few short years, he expanded the Macedonian Empire from the Mediterranean to the edges of India. En route, he established new cities, often called Alexandria, to imprint Macedonian influence in these distant lands. The spread of Greek language, architecture, and art blended with local cultures to create a vibrant, cosmopolitan tapestry that would resonate long after Alexander's era. Cultural impact and Hellenistic legacy. Though the empire's power soared during these conquests, its cultural legacy is perhaps even more remarkable. Macedonia's expansion fused Greek traditions with Egyptian, Persian, and countless other local heritages, forming what we now call the Hellenistic Age. This period bore witness to an explosion of art, science, and philosophy. Alexandria in Egypt became a beacon of knowledge, housing the great library where scholars from different backgrounds exchanged ideas. This cultural renaissance introduced a new wave of thinking. Astronomers mapped the stars with unprecedented accuracy. Mathematicians like Euclid revolutionized geometry, and philosophers examined the human condition from fresh angles. Far from being simply a military juggernaut, Macedon's transformation opened intellectual pathways that continue to fascinate and guide modern research. Meanwhile, Macedonian rulers encouraged the integration of various ethnic groups, which led to a diverse population living under the banner of one empire. This synergy of traditions and beliefs fostered a shared sense of purpose. Even as political authority eventually fractured, these cultural and intellectual bonds echoed through time, shaping Western civilization in countless ways. Fracture and the aftermath. Alexander's unexpected departure from the stage left a power vacuum so immense that even his most trusted generals could not fill it. Known as the Diadochi, these successors vied for control, carving the empire into multiple domains. Rivalries grew, alliances were tested, and a once unified dominion became fragmented. Yet despite the fragmentation, the essence of what Alexander forged persisted. The Greek language remained the lingua franca across vast regions. Monumental cities carried on as bustling hubs, passing on architecture and traditions that withstood centuries. The idea of a connected world, one where trade routes reached from the Mediterranean to the distant east, remained. Over time, the Romans, who later absorbed parts of the Macedonian territories, were influenced by Hellenistic advancements, further perpetuating that legacy. In the end, the Macedonian Empire may have shone brightly for only a brief chapter in history, but its influence reverberates across centuries. Whether in science, philosophy, governance, or simply the idea of forging unity amidst cultural diversity, the achievements of Macedonia's golden age are truly worth remembering and celebrating. We've journeyed from Macedonia's modest roots to the towering achievements of Philip II and Alexander the Great, seeing how their empire reshaped entire regions and merged cultures in a remarkable tapestry of innovation. While the empire itself did not remain unified, its greatest gift was a legacy of interconnected ideas that fueled civilizations long afterward. Thank you for joining this deep dive into the Macedonian Empire. If you've enjoyed this exploration into ancient history, please tap that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for even more epic journeys into the past. Don't forget to ring the bell icon so you won't miss the next video. Your support helps us continue unraveling fascinating stories from history and beyond.